So, I mean, yeah, but obviously you were pretty upset after that last game. Just what's this discussion been like today with the guys as y'all try to pick up the pieces?
Yeah, we all were upset. We didn't play up to our level in the second half, and I just talked to the team about it, about where we are after 10 games, and let's start hitting some singles. Let's start making some waves, and I think we responded well in practice, had a really good, sharp practice, and we just got to keep building. But we did address the second half, and the biggest takeaway from that game is we got to stay together in everything that we do.
I was going to ask, how has the last two practices been kind of getting back to getting on the floor with those guys?
I think it's been really good. And what I mean by that is, we have to acknowledge frustration. We have to acknowledge, where we are as far as record, reality, defensive efficiency, offensive efficiency, but it didn't feel that way. And I think the guys understand that every day we come in, our gym is popping. They bring great energy. They work their tails off. They compete. Our entire staff does that. And explaining to them that is how you build a program. It's not necessarily just the wins and losses, even though that's where we are. But let's start to move the needle in the next 10 games. So we're just trying to break up the season. Our first 10, it is what it is. Let's see if we can get better our next 10.
And obviously injuries have played a big factor up to this point. But what's your feel, 10 games in, about just where you are just developing this program?
I thought for 7.5 to maybe 8 games, we really played well, and we gave ourselves opportunities to win games. That's the important part, is are we giving ourselves an opportunity last 5 minutes of the game to put ourselves in a position to win? And for the most part, we did that. The second half of Golden State, we didn't do it. In the first 2 games of the season, we didn't do it. So evaluating the first 10 games, I like what I saw from our team. I like our fight. I like our hunger. And I like our ability to take what we're learning in film and on practice floor and put it into games.
Of those injuries, Brandon obviously has still been questionable. Herb is questionable. Any update on where those two guys are right now and if they're going to be available tomorrow?
They're still questionable, and we won't know more until tomorrow before the game, once those guys get on the floor and get some work in.
Overall, how obviously missing Z, missing BI for a chunk, how have some of these guys' roles changed, like a JV or a Devontae, maybe to what you were planning on when you got the job, and now kind of to where things are now? How have some of their roles changed without Z being on the floor?
Well, the biggest thing in everybody's role is we're asking guys to do more. It's extremely difficult to do in the NBA, but not impossible. And we're always asking guys to take 1 to 2 steps higher than what they would be if we were fully healthy. And that's okay, because they're getting great opportunities, they're getting in-game experience, and once we're whole, we'll be that much better for those guys having the experiences that they have.
That was going to be my follow-up. Is how much does that help you when you do get to full strength?
I think it helps us tremendously. I believe we'll be a deeper team because of it. We're definitely becoming more of a team that does everything together, and we lean on each other because we know we can't go into games and rely on one person to score 50 and win a game for us right now. We have to do it collectively as a group, and I'll continue to reiterate, I'm proud of what our group is doing thus far. Our record doesn't show it. None of us are happy about that, but we understand that we're building.
And you mentioned after the Golden State game that you had something to say to the team, but obviously it can't just be your voice. So who are the guys that have really been stepping up lately, kind of being those voices in the locker room to kind of lead the guys?
All the guys are doing it. Garrett is one of our ring leaders. Jonas is doing it. And we empower all of our guys to hold each other accountable in the right way. And they're doing that. I'm proud that they're doing that. And once again, that's another step in the right direction for our team. We have to continue to hold each other accountable and recognize where we are and how to get better from here.
For you, the right way to hold guys accountable, is that, like you had talked about before, making sure you address the positives as well as kind of the negatives with the team?
Absolutely. It's talking about, here's some things we're doing well. These are some areas we need to improve in. But at the same time, in the right way is, we don't scream and yell at each other and there's times where it's emotional, and we don't want to take that away. But in the right way is approaching you and having an understanding that if I want something out of you, I got to approach you in the right way to be able to get that. And our guys understand that, and they do that for the most part.